Welcome, everybody. Real Estate with Ryan on a Saturday. So excited to be with you in the studios and happy to be here on a Saturday talking a little real estate. Always working the midnight oil, working here late for you, trying to bring you a good show. I'm excited to be on the air today. For some reason today, the summer's starting to hit, and I just kind of feel a lot of energy, Got the short sleeve shirt working. Daniel said it was the first time he saw me in jeans at the office. Like it never happened. So maybe it's that time, that energy of summer. You guys thinking about pool, vacation time. Maybe that's all coming around. Well, I know we've got that in the hunt, as you guys do here in the summer, and excited to bring you a great show today. We were talking a little bit on the air, and I'm going to have a good show for you. We're talking a little bit about what to do after all these last couple of months of where you're at in your business. And kind of the show we're going to talk about today is kind of how to handle your business after a crisis. How do you handle and rebuild your small business after a crisis? It's never an easy topic. So we're going to talk a little real estate, but I figured we'd talk about that. Being small business owners, we know that we make up most of the businesses across the country. And understanding that in times that we're in now, there's no blueprint. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what we do, how we're managing our small business, and maybe how we can help our listeners out there manage your business, whether you're in real estate, construction, whatever business you're in. If you're in small business or big business, hopefully you'll find this show helpful. We always like to start our show with a little congrats, little celebration in the real estate market. So congratulations to Bexley Drive. They went under contract. Excited to help them finally go pending. A couple weeks on the market. Dora Street, congratulations, contract. Foxwood and Sevierville, 3 days on the market, 2 offers competing, excited about that. Frontier Trace, under contract, excited to help them there. They were in the market with another agent in the town. Didn't have the success, and we were able to come in a short period of time and help them. So just a great client there on Frontier Drive. Congratulations to our purchase on Petros Way. Congratulations on the sale on 514 Wallace Avenue. And then we had a recent contract here on Broken Saddle in Farragut, just went under contract. I know we've got more, but we won't spend most of the show. We'll get the rest of them next week. So let's talk a little bit about rebuilding, where we're at in the process, different opportunities that you guys may be experiencing. I think one of the biggest challenges as a small business owner and what we've dealt with in the last couple months is nobody has an answer. We're all in waiting. And if you're like me, if you're watching the news, or you're stuck to kind of watching the news, right? You try to flip, but you always turn back to the channel to kind of see what the news media is. But you always tune in to see that they don't even know what the heck is going on, and it changed daily. Do you wear a mask? Do you don't wear a mask? Maybe I'm wearing a mask this week. Oh, maybe the mask will get you sick. Don't know the answer. Do our kids go to school? Maybe they don't go to school. How about football? We're going to play a little football. Now, we're all excited. And I saw today that 5 Alabama players just got tested with the virus. So, challenging times as we move forward. Hopefully, what we're going to discuss today is what you need to do to make your business as solid as it is going into basically the last half part of the year. We're 6 months down in 2020. Has 2020 been a ride? It definitely has. A lot's gone on in our business. My son was born. Super excited about that. All kinds of different things have been challenged at us, as you guys have been challenged. But we're going to navigate it. I think that's one of the biggest things we talk about Americans, and the fortitude about everybody in this country. If you're seeing everything here in East Tennessee and what we're dealing with, I think what you see is everybody's over this corona deal. Everybody's over the news media. Everybody wants to get back out and making things happen. The real estate market here locally, I've been extremely busy. Our team has been working nonstop, and really probably about as hard as we've been in a long time. Now, it's a different type of work. Okay, it's a different type of work where sales are obviously down a little bit from last year. I think everybody across the country is down. Inventory's down. Sales, we looked at some of the sales across the Southeast, we're down 29%. Some of the other Midwest areas of the West Coast, they're down as much as 40%. So what do you do in times like this? I think the first thing you need to do probably during this time is to do a self-assessment. We talk about self-assessment and say, okay, listen, I was on a conference call today, And we were with some of the best agents in the country, and we were having this conversation. And the opportunity that you need to have now as your small business, I think the challenge, me and my wife own our company. And so when you're husband and wife, that's always a dynamic of owning your business. But then there's more to it, because it's so easy with kids, life, employees to get involved with it. And then before you know it, it's 9 o'clock here and you're still working, or it's midnight, 1 or 2 o'clock. I know you guys have been there. I know you're on the other side of it. And you understand how much work and effort it takes to keep that small business going. With everything going on with the riots and things like that, it really can be a real mental drain. And understanding in some positions that you're going to have to rebuild from start. I think the first opportunity, wherever there's challenge in the marketplace, wherever there's challenge, we're very competitive. And I'll use our field as the real estate market. It's a very competitive field. So there's a lot of competition. A lot of people in the industry may not be up for the competition or the challenge, and there may be challenges that they may not be able to overcome. And that's in a lot of businesses, and that's unfortunate. We saw something on the news today as one of the top retailers. Basically, they're getting sued by one of the bigger malls in the country. They're not able to keep the doors open. These things you'll see across the country. But stepping back from your business is going to give you an opportunity to really assess where your strengths and where your weaknesses. And I think that's the first assessment of kind of where you're at financially and in your company. It doesn't always mean how much income and sales, because with what went on, that's a temporary pause in what's going on in the world. But where do we lack? I know in our opportunity, we just hired a brand new employee, and we're actually hired 2. And we're looking at opportunities of what we could do better. And I think where this opportunity that there is challenge in the marketplace today, there's always that opportunity on the other side. So where it gets really, really tough, really, really challenging. I know a lot of my colleagues, some of the lenders and different things, they're still working from home. Kids are home, challenge with kids, and everything that's going on and still trying to run your business can be overwhelming. And working at home takes a special talent. And, if you can't get back to the office, what do you do? So look at opportunities when we're chatting about what you could do to improve in certain areas. Is it your accounting department? Is it an opportunity maybe to make more contacts on your sales department? How about now more than ever? I think that businesses' online presence, let's use example of opportunity in real estate market, right? Real estate. Back in the day when I started, we used the old real estate books. So everything was print media. You've watched the Homes and Lands, the real estate books, and they used to always have our data in there. Well, now everything's online. Everything's changed. And I think if you look at any opportunity in this business now for your business to grow and shine, you've got to look for opportunities now that your online presence puts you in a position that is out working and out exposing, kind of dominating, right, the competition. You're going to have to be able to do things differently, whether it's Zoom meetings, different opportunities, different assessments, to make sure that you can accommodate to the whole market. There may be a large market now that you're looking at that is not worried about anything that's going on. But then there's a market that is very health conscious, especially our seniors that we're dealing with. Look at where you're at. Look at those assessments. What can you do to improve? Second, let's talk about looking at our business plan. What can we do in our business plan that's going to allow us to be impactful in 2020 and grow? The number one thing that I think will help everybody out there is listening now, and that who we're talking to, we're on the phone today when we were talking to some of my colleagues across the country, is our goals. It sounds so easy, but our goals are huge because our goals inspire us. Our goals what keeps us back on track. Last year, I was chatting with my wife. Our fall is our slowest time of the year, fall and winter, right around the holidays. And we had a challenge last year in the last, I think it was 60 days, 65 days, 70 days to do about 40 transactions. That's a lot of work. And so we had that goal, and we met that goal right before the holidays. But if it wasn't for that goal, I don't know if I would have pushed as hard. The holidays come. It's easy to kind of sit back, relax. My wife's got Lifetime going on and fires going. And you can rebuild and plan for next year. But that goal pushed me forward. And if it wasn't for that goal this year, it would have pushed us into January and February of this year. We're always starting at the end of the year working for that first quarter. Now, look what happened this quarter. So I think you have to have new goals going into this part of the year that's going to push you higher and work harder, that's going to make you make up for the opportunity of the first quarter that we dealt with. So I think that's important. Now, listen, we're going to come on a break in a minute, but we're talking more about real estate. We're talking about what you need to do to get your business moving in the rest of 2020 and close it out strong. Stay here with Real Estate with Ryan, and we'll be here right after the break.
When it comes to the real estate market, turn to the experts that focus on you. With over 20 years experience, Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty knows what it takes. It's the right marketing. It's the right exposure. Ryan and April will use their expertise each step as they guide you through the home buying and selling process. Ultimately, it's about results.
You need someone you can trust that is committed to you.
You have a lot of choices, but the choice is simple. It's Hometown Realty.
Your friend promised we wouldn't be homeless.
He promised. He's doing everything to fix it.
You need to call and have him fix it now.
Hey, ma'am.
Found us a house.
No, not yet. Let me call you back. We're working on it.
Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty.
He says he's doing the best he can do, honey.
Well, he's taken too long. I knew we should have gone with Ryan Coleman.
Choosing the right agent is never easy.
Call your hometown experts. We'll take care of all the details and make sure you don't get stuck in a motel. All right, thank you for tuning in. If you were talking to me a little bit earlier, listening to the studio, me and Daniel were chatting on the break, and I said, is this a good topic? Is this something that anybody wants to hear about? And I think it is. We always do real estate every week, but at the end of the day, we're small businesses, and, we're facing the same problems everybody is or are. And in this call that we had today really kind of brought to light some of the top agents across the country. And we had that meeting, and I kind of just, it was a Zoom meeting, and we get to see everybody's demeanor, and you get to see their mindset, and you kind of see a little discouragement. And I think we've all felt that this year. And we need to be looking proactively to see what we can do to get our businesses on track. On the first half of the show, we're talking about goals, and we're talking about how important that was to have your goals pushing into 2020. Putting a realistic goal or a goal that's going to push you forward is going to make you do little things this year that you wouldn't have to normally do, right? In our season, every business, you're going to have a season. So our season, spring and summer, we're always hopping. It seems like it's the best opportunity to sell real estate. You've got properties that are coming on the market. Properties look the best. Kids going to school. But now, who knows? Are we even going back to school? If you're like my household, you may have already ordered the desks for homeschooling. So all those are challenges that we're facing, and a lot of parents really don't know which way to go. So having a budget, though, will always keep you laser focused. I said budget. Why am I talking about budget? Maybe is that because with Daniel, we're going into the second part of the budget? Your goals will definitely keep you where you need to be. Next part comes the budget, right? Next part comes the budget. How are you going to manage? Where are you going to get the cash to run up where you're at in the business? Sales are down. You're going into the second quarter. So much going on. Don't you restrict a little bit? Don't you have the opportunity in this market where you don't maybe want to run the ads that you used to run or the marketing because maybe there's a little bit fearful in the market? Valid. I know we've cut back on some things. I know everybody has. But keep in mind that old saying that if they don't know you, they can't do business with you, right? So if they don't know you, more than likely, they won't know you exist. So you can't stop all your marketing, and you just have to be strategic. I think now more than ever, you just can't waste money. You have to work on a budget. You have to be laser focused, both home and business-wise. Look at some opportunities to consider funding. Look at opportunities that we talked about previous on the show. If you haven't checked in about it, we talked about our small business financing for SBA, the PPP, the Paycheck Protection. That's a tongue tire. The PPP is designed for your employees to keep them on board. That program's still going. We have our EIDL loan that allows you to have business cash to get you through these difficult times. And they're still out there. So make sure you visit the SBA. Look at opportunities on business lines of credit, business credit cards, vendor trade lines, possible accounts receivable financing, merchant cash advances, equipment financing. There's a lot of opportunities out there that you can spread to grow your business. With the new CARES Act that came out, there are also opportunities if you need to pull from retirement. It's not what you want to do. It's not what I'm advising to do. But I believe they've got that set up where there's going to be limited to no penalties. Check with your CPA. I'm definitely not the source for that, but that's my understanding. How are we going to revamp your budget for 2020 and start your spending without a clear idea of what's going on? I don't know. I don't think there's really an easy answer. But go back to the fundamentals. There's something power about getting on the phone, having that relationship, staying in contact. Social media. Social media is a great tool, guys. Social media replaces a lot of advertising. We do it very heavily. You're probably watching us on social media or listening to us on the radio. And having that opportunity of social media, you can connect both video and content-wise. So expand your social media platforms to make sure we're touching a wider audience. Build a timeline. Build a timeline. Number 5, build a timeline for rebuilding and understanding that it's going to take time. If you went down 30 or 35% or more in your production, it's not going to happen overnight. Restocking, if you have a business that's restocking with everything that's going on, reopen your doors. Look at those opportunities to build that over a period of time. Number 6, you want to make sure we create a contingency plan moving forward. You want to be liquid. If you can have cash built up, that's number 1. Credit lines built up. There's always that opportunity with credit lines. I could always shut them down. So cash is king, always that opportunity. Pay attention to the real estate market. I know the market is strong right now, but there's opportunities that are going to be coming up in the market. Stock market is moving all over. Look at the real estate market. Reach out to our office. I know there's some great buys. I just got an email yesterday. Some investment properties that were really great opportunities, not only long-term rental, but opportunities maybe to flip or renovate. We're helping 2 or 3 investors right now, and they have an opportunity to get into the marketplace. In a restrictive marketplace where inventory is down, there's still opportunities there. There's deals there, guys. And I think you're going to see those coming up here in the next 12 to 13 months. Understand that you may have to go remotely again. Hopefully we don't have to deal with that. But if you go remotely, are you prepared? I know I was talking to my staff before, and there were some things that we were working on. I think we were taken by surprise, as everybody was. When we hit we call it, I don't even give it the word, right? When we hit that pause button, I think there was things that we could have worked on better and more efficiently. So if that happens again, be prepared, understand that process, know that there's things that you could be working on your business rather than being right in your business that will help you. Work on your online presence, I think now more than ever. Does your business have a reputation presence? Because now on an opportunity, somebody was chatting with me, they said, with this healthcare crisis and everything going on, Ryan, they're going to look for businesses that they trust. They're going to look for businesses maybe whether the cleanliness of the building, how they operate, is it simple to go through the drive-through? Maybe you have masks going in the building, different things like that that's going to make the consumer safe. We have opportunities online that we can do remote. We have a lot of different ways that we can serve the public. So make sure you have an opportunity to reach those out. Work on your online strategies, pay-per-click advertising through Google and different opportunities to make sure that the people that are looking for your service you can find. Look at your website. Now more than ever, storefronts are a thing of the past. We all have storefronts, but everybody is online. So your online presence is your storefront. Make sure that it's up to date. Make sure it's, check the pages. Hey, we're guilty of this. We have a new website that we developed and we put out. And, you're so busy doing it. It didn't take the time to go through the website and make sure everything is perfect. Take the time, act as a consumer when you have a little opportunity to make sure that your website is at peak performance when people are home. Because now more than ever, digital technologies are going to be what exceeds here in 2020 moving on. Build your e-commerce. Make sure that you're functioning in the digital world where you need to be. Make sure that your website's easy to use. Possibly do some webinars, face-to-face presentations. There's always an opportunity in business. Listen, if we don't know you, we talk about they don't do business with you. But a lot of people, whatever business that you're in, we do these radio shows. And I promise it's not to hear me talk every week because we take for granted in the real estate industry the process of what you need to do start to finish. I've sold multiple houses, And I take it for granted of every step that's involved. And a lot of people have not had that experience with real estate. So setting your online chatting platforms, or doing webinars, doing YouTube, doing FaceTime, doing Zoom events where you can invite colleagues and things in, are an opportunity to share to the public and showcase on social media who you are and demonstrate yourself as an expert in the marketplace. If you're a great video guy, you want to show the content and everything that you do in the marketplace, and you want to demonstrate that all throughout the area. If you're a great photographer, if you're a great contractor, maybe you want to do FaceTime or different type of videos and show products that you're doing. Video outperforms pictures 3 or 4 to 1. I don't even know my Daniel, our video producer, is always shaking his head. And it is because you can see so much more. So video now, I know it's hard to fathom that I have to do these videos, but we've been doing them so long. Anytime we run our ads, video outsells. And I would, if I did anything to close the show out today, and I would say on your business, if you're not comfortable with a camera, if you're not comfortable being, let's say on mic or in front of it, work on that. Use this time that you're down in your business or you're not exactly where you need to be. Get your spouse, get your girlfriend, have them chase you around with a camera or video. It sounds funny, but it'd be one of the biggest things that will ever grow your business. You may have never heard of my name before, but I bet you've seen me on radio, or I've heard me on TV, or seen me from around. It's because I took a position in our business to make sure that the public knew who I was, that the name and the face always worked. Hopefully it works for you. Hopefully you like it. Hopefully you tune in. But if you don't do that, you're not going to expand your business. And make sure you guys do that. Again, that's it. It's Real Estate with Ryan. We're always having a great time with you. If you need me, it's 693-SOLD. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Have an awesome week and enjoy your weekend. We'll see you next week.